Hey everyone, Ferry here. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Now let's start our today's video that is about reading an analysis of A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. A Doll's House largely concerns Torvald Helmer, a lawyer, and his wife Nora. They have been married for 8 or 9 years. They have three children, two boys and a girl. The play begins on a Christmas Eve when Nora has just returned home after having made some purchases in connection with the Christmas festival. She has brought a Christmas tree and some Christmas presents for the children, for nurse, and for maid servant. Helmer asks her if she has spent a lot of money. Nora replies that they can afford to be a little extravagant at this Christmas cause now he has been appointed the manager of bank. From Helmer's manner of talking to Nora, we found that he is very fond of her, even though he tries to impose his own will upon her. And he is also a moralist, as he advises his wife not to borrow money or never to incur debts. And even he also advised her not to eat macarons because sweets will spoil her teeth. And Kristen Linde is a friend of Nora's school days, now comes to see Nora. They have not met for many years, and Nora receives her friend cordially. And the dialogue between the both. From this dialogue, we learn that something about past lives of both Kristen Linde and Nora. Christine had been forced by the circumstances to marry a man of wealth whom she didn't love. She had found it necessary to marry him because her mother had at that time been bedridden and she had two younger brothers also to look after. However, her husband has died soon afterwards and his business too had gone to the pieces after his death. Christine therefore been faced with great difficulties in maintaining herself, her mother, and her younger brothers. But now her mother is dead, and younger brothers are grown up and can therefore look after themselves. Feeling lonely and having no purpose in life, Kristen has come to this city in order to look for a job. So, in order to seek her help in getting a job, Nora promises to speak to her husband about Kristen's need for a job. Nora's own past life had not been very comfortable or happy either. 8 years ago, her husband had fallen critically ill and she had been forced to borrow money secretly and without telling her husband. In order to take him to a warm climate under medical advice, she has regularly been paying monthly installments to her creditor Krogstad, but in order to do so, she has had to save every penny, and she has been denying to herself many things that she could otherwise have been able to buy for herself. When the two women are talking to each other, the man called Krogstad comes to see Helmer and is admitted into Helmer's study. Mrs. Linde tells Nora that she had known this man many years ago when he was a solicitor's clerk in the town where she had been living. Nora tells her that this man had got married, but that he is now a widower with several children. Just then, Dr. Rank, a close friend of Helmer and Nora, and a regular visitor at this house, joins the two women. He tells them that Krogstad, the man who has just gone into Helmer's study, is morally corrupt. When Nora was playing with her children, there is a knock at the door. Krogstad comes once again, and this time comes to meet Nora. Actually, Krogstad is the man from whom Nora had borrowed money 8 years ago, to whom she has regularly paying monthly installments against that loan. Krogstad has been working for some time in the bank of which Helmer has been appointed the manager. But with Helmer as the manager of the bank, Krogstad's job is in danger because he doesn't have a good opinion about that man. So Krogstad has already met Helmer about his job, but Helmer has not given him a favorable reply. So Krogstad now comes to seek Nora's help in this matter. But Nora rejects that. So Krogstad thereupon says that he has a weapon in his possession against her and that he will use this weapon in case if she doesn't help him. Nora now is feeling much disturbed mentally. When her children come again to play with her, she sends them away because she is feeling very upset on account of the threat which Krogstad has given her. She tries to get busy with the Christmas tree which she has yet to decorate for the evening celebrations, but Krogstad's threats keep coming to her mind and making her feel uneasy. However, Helmer returns home and asks if anybody come to see him or her. Nora tells a lie, saying that nobody had come. Helmer says that he had just seen Krogstad leaving their house. Nora then admits that Krogstad had come and had remained with her in the house for a minute or so. So Helmer asks if Krogstad had sought her help in connection with his job or with his post in the bank. Nora admits that this was the case. So Helmer mildly scolds Nora for having talked to an undesirable man like Krogstad. He also scolded her for having told him a lie by having said that nobody had come. After a brief pause, Nora speaks to Helmer and asks him what kind of dress she should wear for the fancy dress ball, which is to be held the next evening in their neighbor's apartment upstairs. He replies that he would think over the matter and let her know what kind of costume she should wear for the purpose. She then asks Helmer what offense Krogstad had been guilty of and why Krogstad's post at the bank is now in danger. So Helmer replies that Krogstad had been guilty of robbery, which was a very serious offense. Nora is now terribly upset. Not only she has failed to save Crox's job for him, but she has been questioned by Helmer that a person with a crime on his conscience is sure to exercise an evil influence upon his children. So Helmer's words are now just ringing in her ears, and she asks herself if she too has unconsciously exercising an evil influence upon her children because she, like Krogstad, has been guilty of a criminal act. Indeed, the thought terrifies her. So that was all about the first act of A Doll's House by Henry. Me, Fairy, from the Little Nook by Fairy, signing off. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel.